It all started quietly, no cameras, no stage lights, just Jungkook and Taehyung sitting together after a long day. Jungkook's eyes were different that night, softer, almost like he was holding something back. Taehyung laughed at first, thinking it was just another joke between brothers, but then Jungkook spoke, his voice trembled. "Don't forget me, even if things change." In that moment, the air changed. Taehyung froze, and so did every army watching later. It wasn't just words, it felt like a final message. Fans around the world are still trying to understand what Jungkook meant that night. Was it a goodbye, a promise, or something deeper that we'll never truly know? Tonight, we're going to uncover the truth behind Jungkook's last words to Taehyung, the real story that broke every army's heart. It wasn't a concert. It wasn't an interview. It was just two brothers, Jungkook and Taehyung, sitting together in silence. The cameras were off, but the emotions were real. Jungkook looked at Taehyung with a softness that fans had never seen before, and in that silence, something unforgettable happened. Behind his bright smile, Jungkook had been carrying a weight, the kind of emotion only real friends can sense. For weeks, armies noticed something different. His tone, his eyes, his words. Was he trying to say goodbye? Or was he holding back something deeper? Taehyung didn't understand at first. He thought Jungkook was just being sentimental, like he always was after long days together. But when Jungkook's voice cracked, the laughter stopped. That's when Taehyung realized this wasn't just another moment. Jungkook took a deep breath, his eyes glimmering under the dim light. "Don't forget me, even if things change." Taehyung froze. He didn't know what to say, and armies who later heard the clip couldn't hold back their tears. Was Jungkook talking about their friendship? The group? Or something much more emotional? Taehyung smiled, but his eyes told a different story. That silence between them said more than words ever could. For fans watching, it felt like the end of an era, like Jungkook was saying goodbye not just to Taehyung, but to all of BTS. Within hours, armies flooded social media with messages, theories, and tears. Some believed it was about the group's future, others thought it was about their brotherhood. But one thing was clear, Jungkook's words had touched millions of hearts around the world. Jungkook has always been someone who speaks through emotions, not words. Don't forget me, it wasn't a farewell. It was a promise. A promise that no matter what happens, the bond between him and Taehyung, and the love they share with ARMY, would never fade. Days later, Taehyung finally spoke up. He didn't mention Jungkook's name directly, but his message was clear: some people stay in your heart, even when they're far away. Fans knew immediately, he was talking about Jungkook. Over the years, they've laughed, fought, cried, and grown together. Through every high and every low, one thing has never changed: their love and respect for each other, and that's what makes their bond unbreakable. Don't forget me. Those words weren't the end, they were the beginning of a promise that continues to live in every army's heart, because no matter where life takes them, Jungkook and Taehyung will always find their way back to each other, and to us. Years ago, Jungkook was just a shy teenager, the youngest member, full of dreams and fears, and Taehyung was the sunshine that made the long, exhausting days a little brighter. They didn't know it then, but that friendship would become one of the strongest bonds BTS ever had. Back in the trainee days, everything was uncertain. They shared food, stories, and even tears in the dorms. When one fell, the other lifted him up. That's why, even years later, Jungkook's "Don't Forget Me" hit so deeply, because they had fought through everything together. Fame brought success, but it also brought distance, different schedules, endless travels, solo projects. Sometimes they'd go days without talking, but every time they reunited on stage, that spark, that connection, was still there. Armies began noticing little things: the glances, the silences, the way Jungkook looked at Taehyung during performances. It wasn't sadness, it was something unspoken, something that said, "I'll miss you, but I'll always be proud of you." Sources close to the group revealed Jungkook once wrote a private letter to the members during a break. It was never shared publicly, but fans believe those words to Taehyung came from that letter, words filled with gratitude, love, and quiet pain. Taehyung once mentioned he kept a message from Jungkook that he never replied to, because it made him too emotional. "Some feelings are better left unsaid," he said softly, but armies knew that message meant everything. When they reunited for the first time after months apart, fans saw it. Jungkook ran to Taehyung with the same smile he had years ago. The embrace was short, but powerful, like two souls reconnecting after a lifetime. Social media exploded with heartbreak and love. Their bond is pure. This isn't goodbye, it's forever. Across the world, fans lit candles, made edits, and shared memories, proving that BTS isn't just a group, it's a family. Don't Forget Me wasn't just emotional, it was symbolic. It spoke to every army who's ever felt connected to them. It was Jungkook saying, even if we change, even if time passes, our memories stay. In a quiet livestream, Taehyung once said, there are people who stay in your heart forever. Even if you don't see them every day. His voice trembled slightly, and fans knew exactly who he was talking about. Jungkook and Taehyung's friendship doesn't need constant validation. It's in the looks, the laughter, and the silence. They understand each other in ways no one else can, and that's what makes their connection timeless. When Jungkook released a solo track, fans noticed hidden references to Taehyung, lines about memories, distance, and not letting go. Whether intentional or not, it felt like his way of speaking through music. Every lyric felt like a message only Taehyung could fully understand. Staff members have often said, when cameras stop rolling, Jungkook and Taehyung are still the same, laughing, teasing, protecting each other. It's not for show, it's real brotherhood, built on years of trust and loyalty.